lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name's Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about a book that I never thought I would see. Batman The Long Halloween Special. And by a book I thought I'd never see, I mean returning to the Long Halloween kind of universe, collection of books, whether it was the Haunted Night one-shots, whether it was the Long Halloween that, also kind of started off like my love for the Jeph Loeb Tim Sale team-up, which are the creatives on this book. Also Dark Victory, the sequel to Long Halloween, which in my opinion is just as good as the original. Totally blew my mind when I found out this was happening. We got the animated series, the animated film adaptation this past year, the two-parter, which I thought it honored it well. I mean, obviously, you're going to get a cartoon movie based on 13 comics, breaking that down into two 70-minute movies. It's not easy. You're going to have to take some liberties. You're going to have to change some stuff. But I thought that, Tim Sheridan, one of the writers on that, and the rest of the crew, they did a really good job. I don't know if that's what kind of kicked off Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale coming back to this, but I hope that we get more because this was so awesome. And they're joined by Brendan Wagner on colors, the son of the great Matt Wagner, Richard Starkings on letters, and edited by Ben Abernathy. So I won't spoil too much of the actual details of this, but this is post Long Halloween, and it's post Dark Victory as well. So how long exactly? But right off the bat, we're seeing Gilda, Harvey Dent's wife. We see Harvey Dent, pre Two-Face, post Two-Face. Just an awesome opening scene. Pretty sure this is Gilda. I could be wrong, but I think Brendan Wagner did such a great job of jumping into this creative team and coloring this. He's been coloring Tim's art for quite a while now, I think, for the past couple of years at least, from the stuff I've seen, especially like the covers, any interiors he's been doing, and doing a phenomenal job. And so the majority of this story is the Calendar Man kind of wanting to get revenge for the Holiday Killers stealing his thunder by basing crimes on holidays. That's Calendar's thing. Calendar Man's thing. He does crimes coinciding with the calendar. So you would think holidays would fall under that category for him as well. It does, and that's what kind of kicks off this whole special. And we have Batman on the hunt for Julian Day, aka the Calendar Man. Just as dynamic and polished as ever. Jeph Loeb and Tim Sale just pick up right where they left off, deliver an awesome story. The art is great. The writing is phenomenal. I really dug this story. I think if you haven't read Long Halloween, you need to fix that right now. Go pick up Long Halloween. You might as well just pick up Dark Victory while you're at it because you're going to love Long Halloween and you're going to want to read the sequel right away. That's always what I tell people when I recommend it. The Haunted Night spinoff, it's a bunch of one-shots. I'm pretty sure they were Halloween specials that preceded Long Halloween. I could be wrong on that, but those are great too. But they're not necessarily kind of intertwined in terms of the narrative of Long Halloween or Dark Victory. But then you also have Catwoman, When in Rome, which I forgot to say. That takes place in between Long Halloween and Dark Victory. So all of them are great. And if this is your entry point into it, you may be a little bit confused. But I think that they did a good enough job giving you what you needed to know to set you up to see to know what took place and to be able to still enjoy the story that unfolds throughout this issue. 48-page story. I think it's awesome. The dialogue between Bruce, aka Batman, and Commissioner Gordon is something I always thought that Loeb got really well. I think that Batman not accepting that Dent can change. He's a killer and a lunatic, and not knowing if they ever really knew him, but Gordon still has that hope that he can kind of come back from it. And Solomon Grundy plays a huge part in the previous stories that I've been talking about. So we got him in here. An interesting reunion between Harvey and Gilda. So this was kind of unexpected. I won't get into any details about the previous books, but it's interesting seeing her here. It's not something that you would kind of guess would happen. I also really love the way Tim Sale does this. So as he's hugging Gilda, we're seeing Two-Face, but in the reflection, all you see is Harvey Dent, right? Just the man that he was before. So if you cover that image, all you're seeing is a man hugging his wife, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. And, she still doesn't see him as an evil man. She still sees him as her Apollo, which is like her nickname for him. Flip back to Batman, he's trying to uncover kind of where the Calendar Man is, what his motives are, what his goal is. Again, like I said, Robin debuts in Dark Victory in terms of this universe, the Long Halloween universe, and he is in this. So it's interesting. Like I wondered, like, how long has he been Robin? Because we don't know how long he's been kind of under Bruce's tutelage. This may even take place in the middle of Dark Victory. I would kind of love to ask Jeph or Tim and see like where this falls in line in terms of like a reading order, but that's not that big of a deal. I love this. Calendar Man is definitely the creepiest I've ever seen him. He's usually not a villain that I look at as like a criminal mastermind or scary at all, but he's pretty vicious in this one. Family dinner between Gilda and Harvey, only to have it ruined by the Calendar Man and taking Gilda hostage, which leads to an unexpected team up. Earlier in the book, Commissioner Gordon had told Batman that Barbara wanted to go trick-or-treating with Robin. And I think just something as simple as this, I found kind of heartwarming within a story that's not really meant to be heartwarming. So I thought that this was kind of cool. She's dressed up as Batgirl, and this is obviously way before she's ever Batgirl. So that was cool. And then this is the team up I said. Two-Face, Batman, and Commissioner Gordon are teaming up to get Gilda back. Batman obviously is skeptical, doesn't know if he can trust him, but reluctantly he does. And, they go on to go after the Calendar Man. And this is the part where we see why Calendar Man is losing it. Riddler has his idiotic riddles, Catwoman has her stupid cats, Joker has his, and then says anyway, and they can't say it. And the Calendar Man, why did it have to be holidays? Just this stark black and white with just, the bottle nipple, like, which is what the Holiday Killer used as a silencer. I thought this was a really well composed page and definitely like builds the tension. Won't get too into the end of it, don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I think that this was such a great story and it leaves you wanting more. I have to say, it's not often you get to see like a reunion, right, of a band getting back together or a creative team coming back together after years apart, not working together, where they deliver something that is just as good as the stuff that preceded it. This is it. And I have to say, I hope you guys, if you haven't already picked it up, haven't picked up those other books, go pick them up and check out all the books I mentioned. All of them are great. This is such a worthy addition to that line of books, and I hope we get more. Jeph Loeb, Tim Sale, Brennan Wagner, Richard, any of you happen to hear this, let's make it happen. DC, we have to have more set in this universe. And that's all I wanted to share on that for the book. And if you're not already following us, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Comic Lounge. Like, follow, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new video goes up. Make sure you throw your comments down below. Let us know what you thought of the book. If you've read Long Halloween, you haven't, love to hear your thoughts. And on that note, we're out.